Yo people, so yes, I have another one, and let's just get straight into it. I believe the Australian comedian Steve Hughes is also UK YouTuber Liam the Terrible. And there is Liam the Terrible, and if we put them together like this, you can see that they are blatantly the same person. I mean, it's crazy. They've literally done nothing with this visually, but obviously the characters change. One's Australian, one's British. You wouldn't spot it unless you was into this, even though it's so blatant when you look at it. I mean, just look at the hair and beard. But just look at the nose as well. The nose is exactly the same. But the reason why this is interesting from my perspective is because I definitely liked Steve Hughes. I think he's done some great comedy. But I followed Liam the Terrible on YouTube because basically he lives in a van. And I guess at the beginning of lockdown, when we was all just sitting around doing nothing, like he popped up, like a lot of people popped up and made their thing during lockdown. A lot of these YouTubers came out of nowhere and suddenly famous, all part of the plan. And Liam was someone that I followed for a period. He definitely knows who I am. I'd commented enough times at one period, but then I did start to have suspicions of him a while back and sort of stopped following him. So this is Steve Hughes throwing up the devil horns, blatantly a rock metal dude, as is Liam the Terrible. And here is Liam with a similar sort of hat. And here is Liam throwing up the devil horns. Liam is blatantly a Satanist. So this is Steve Hughes and his famous sketch Offended, which is a classic sketch. I think it's the one that he's most famous for. It's definitely a really good sketch. Very humorous and topical if you're don't like political correctness. And here he is doing a thing on free speech and political correctness. And here is Liam the Terrible being politically correct. So here's Liam with his tattoos, black and white checkers, symbolism, Freemasonic. Here he is with some black and white checkers, socks, Freemasonic. So one of the reasons I wanted to do this is because Steve Hughes has been announced to play for the Jam for Freedom Shill Festival. This is just a blatant... Look at all the people playing there. It is literally a festival full of shills. And Jam for Freedom are blatantly part of it. I've done a video on them. I'll put that at the end. And here is Campbell out of Jam for Freedom with his buddy Eric Clapton, who's a royal actor, who I really should do a video on him at some point because I know who plays him. And look at the symbolism in the background. So this is Liam the Terrible's Instagram. Upside down triangle with purple, royal actor. Here's Liam with a black cross, blatantly a Satanist. He's never hidden the fact that he's a Satanist. There is Steve Hughes being a rock dude. And there is Liam the Terrible with his new tattoo, which is an upside down cross, blatantly a Satanist. And just in case you weren't sure he was a Satanist, check this out. I was born on Olympus to my father a son. I was raised by the demons, trained to reign as the one. I mean, what do you reckon, people? These two characters are blatantly the same person and are also very much blatant Satanists. So yes, 100% Liam the Terrible, van lifer and YouTuber, is also comedian Steve Hughes, and there is definitely other characters involved with these two, and I shall go into them at a later date. They all act as people, and especially these YouTubers with big followings. Don't be fooled by them. They part of it. They promoting the agenda. Peace.